This video is a story time that got inspired by myself watching a bunch of... I'm going to leave down below the links for the channels that I've been watching. Enjoy the story. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. If you are an OG subscriber, welcome back. If you're just a passerby, I hope you consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to ring that bell button so you can get notified every time I post. Follow me on Instagram. A lot of the updates from the first impressions that I film here on the channel, I post over there. Yes, I burned myself. It was scabbing. It was healing nicely, but today I hit the burn scab on something and then it started bleeding. It was a mess, so I just did this crazy little situation. I'm pretty sure you guys already read the title. If you guys watched my video about my friend who had a little bit of a predicament in her life choices, I mentioned in that video that I used to go back and forth from New York, and this story is about one of those times that I was here in New York. And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a backstory. I am from Brazil. I was born and raised in Rio de Janeiro. The very first time I came to New York, I was 15. I came with a friend. She was a neighbor. She was living here in the US for over a decade, and her children were already kind of teenagers and adults, and none of them wanted to live here. I always loved the US. I always wanted to possibly maybe one day live here. The story times, I will always change the names of the people. It really doesn't matter their names. What matters is the story. Miss Lucy was a good friend of the family. She used to live here and she used to go to Brazil about every 6 months. She spoke to my mom. My mom gave permission. My dad gave permission. We went to all of the legal process to have Lucy being my temporary guardian while out of the country, so she could travel with me. Brazil has a very strict law when it comes to traveling outside of the country with a minor. You need to have certain paperwork, otherwise they won't let you board in the plane. I was just excited. I wanted to come to America. North America, that is, because I'm from America too. The South one. It's not bad at all. Much better now. Anyway, going back to the story. As soon as we got here, she enrolled me in high school. I started going to class and I could not understand anything that I was learning. I was having math classes in English. I went to a school that was called Newcomers High School. So everybody was basically a ESL student in that high school. It was a struggle. I lived less than a mile from Newcomers High School. So that meant that I did not have a full student Metro card. I had to pay half of the fare because I didn't live far enough. I just walked. It wasn't that bad. It was a straight line, literally. It would take me about 20 to 30 minutes to walk from school and to school every day, each way. After a little while, Lucy felt like I was very lonely. I didn't feel lonely. I was okay. I would go home, watch The Simpsons in Spanish.
I was fine. I really didn't need anything.
But she started feeling that I was very lonely, so she started trying to make me friends. Eventually, she told me that she knew this lady who had a daughter, Danielle. Danielle used to babysit a little girl, Pam. And in the beginning, in the very first couple of weeks when I met her, she would just tell me when she couldn't see me that she would be babysitting. Eventually, I met Pam. Pam was 9 years old at the time. Pam was really cute. She was a savvy little kid, adorable little girl. She was born in New York, but she spoke fluent Portuguese. My little circle of friends were growing. Pam, mom, and dad were divorced. Every Monday, Pam's dad would pick them up and have his visitation. I wouldn't see Pam and Danielle. Again, eventually, I became a part of that posse. They convinced him that I should come along. Now, I meet Joseph, Pam's dad. Older gentleman, very, very polite, also Brazilian, very nice person, been living here for many decades, living the life, the American dream. Cool. Every Monday we'll go out with him, he will buy us ice cream, hang out with his daughter, and Danielle and I would hang out together. He would have some conversations with us, but nothing super crazy because he was visiting with his daughter. He decided to be nice and kind of offered to teach us how to drive. Pam and I would sit in the back and Danielle would drive a little bit, we would swap, and then I would drive a little bit. Pam was 9, Pam would not drive. And that kind of weirdly became the thing that we would do every Monday. I was excited about it because I was 15. I never drove anything. One day, Pam didn't want to sit in the car and just watch these two teenagers driving, right? It was not fun for Pam. Pam didn't care. So one day Pam was just like, you know what, you guys want to go drive? I don't want to. Danielle had to be with her. Pam's dad and I went driving as usual. He would ask my musical taste and, you know, however, like trying to make friends with his daughter's friend. And then I told him I liked rock and roll and I liked Pearl Jam and I liked, you know, all of these bands. Long story short, he said he had a couple of albums at his home that he would like to give them to me because he knew I couldn't afford them. So he was like, well, eventually I'll bring it over.
Great, awesome.
Now it starts becoming creepy. One day I'm walking back from school. Pam's dad drives by.
Just as a quick detail, we would only see Pam's dad on Mondays. This was not a Monday.
He was inquiring about Pam.
No, I haven't seen her.
And he goes like,
well, okay, cool, thank you very much.
And he drives away. He knew where I went to school. He knew a lot about us. It's been a little while. I think that at this point, it's been like maybe 2 or 3 months. We were teenagers. We wanted the free stuff. So we will make conversation with this kid's dad. One day, I was grounded. And it was a visitation day. They went to buy pizza. They rang the doorbell at my house. Lucy let them in. You know, Danielle, Pam, Joseph, and pizza. We all sat together. We had some pizza. And then they left. And Lucy looked at me and she goes like,
I don't want you hanging out with these people. It's okay for you to hang out with Danielle, but I don't think I like this Joseph man.
She said with these words,
I think he likes little girls.
and I was like,
Ah, come on, he gets us stuff. He brought pizza, yay.
you know, all I could see was the stuff that he was giving us. This drive-bys started becoming a little more often. I was walking back from school and he caught me on the way. He was over next to me and he goes like,
Hey, have you seen Pam?
Like, no, I'm walking from school.
that should have been a red flag, but 15-year-olds are dumb. Oh God, I was dumb.
She forgot this pair of pants in my house.
And he had a pair of pants sitting on his passenger seat.
Well, I'm gonna drive that way anyways, and if you want, I can give you a lift.
Sure, why not?
Oh God, I was done. Drops me off. And the very next day, he does it again.
Hey, I'm going to Pam's right now to pick some stuff up. Do you wanna hop on? I'll take you home.
Sure, cool.
And then on the week following to that, he did it again. He was going way too much to Pam's house. Didn't think nothing of it. Oh God, I was done. This one day, he finds me on my good 20 minutes to the house.
Hey, going to Pam's. Would you like to hop on?
Sure.
Oh God, I was done. Yes, getting a ride home, not having to walk the 20 minutes. Awesome. But this time was different. When we were in the car, he goes like,
Are you hungry?
So yeah, I could eat.
Well, do you want to eat some pizza?
Sure.
Remember that Pearl Jam CD that I promised you and I keep forgetting to bring it to you? Let's do this. Let's eat near my house and we'll get a CD.
Sure. Okay, cool. I don't care.
oh God, I was done. I live in Queens. I don't know if you've ever been to New York. Manhattan is an island away from Queens. And I had never been to Manhattan before. Didn't speak any English. And what does he do? He takes me to Manhattan, to Times Square, to eat pizza. I was a little bit uneasy about it because I didn't like the fact that now I was out of my comfort zone. I was not in my neighborhood, but free stuff. Oh God, I was done. After we finished eating, he goes like,
I live right across the street. Let's just go there. I'll get the CD for you and we'll go right back.
Sure, cool.
when we get to the building,
I'm upstairs. I'll just get the CD really quick. It's gonna take like 2 seconds and I don't want to leave you outside on the street. I don't know what can happen, so just come in.
when he opened the door, it was literally a room with a window. There was nothing else. There was no kitchen and there was no bathroom. I actually felt really weird. I don't feel comfortable here. So he opens the door. He goes in to get the CD. I hold the door and I stay outside at the hallway. He's right next to the CD rack.
Just come in. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna bite. Just come in.
No, I'm good. Just grab the CD and let's go.
It's fine. Just come over here. I have so many other CDs.
I'm good with that CD. Let's just grab the CD and go.
He made a big deal out of me getting into that little apartment to the point that I thought, this is weird. Something is wrong here. I can't stay here anymore.
I'll see you downstairs. Just grab the CD and come.
I started walking away and going down the stairs. He chased me down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He was apologizing very, very, very hard.
And that's completely fine. I just gotta go. I gotta go home. My guardian's gonna look for me.
At that time, landlines were a thing. She knew what time I got out of school, so she was going to call the house to see if I was back.
Okay, cool. I'll take you home.
As we were going down the stairs, he does a very, very loud sigh.
What happened? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Are you okay?
You're such a cool gal. You like the good stuff.
I already knew what was coming, and I was actually glad at that point that I was down in the lobby and not up in front of his door frames.
You're just so mature for your age. Wow, my daughter's so lucky to have a friend like you. Is there a way you can give me a kiss?
Give me a kiss.
What'd you say? Excuse me? What?
At that moment when he said that, everything that my guardian said kind of came back to me.
I think he likes little girls.
No. Can you please take me home?
It was an awkward ride. He did bring me home, and here is the kicker. The next day, my guardian says that she receives a voice message from Joseph's ex-wife saying that I was her ex-husband. And so my guardian got really upset, and I just told her that's not true. Then the next day she just told me,
I'm really afraid of this situation. I'm just gonna take you back to Brazil. Maybe in the future you can come back.
that destroyed me. Not only my dream of living in the USA was basically over because of who's not telling the truth. And then a couple of days later, she brought me back to Brazil. I never saw Pam again in person, and I never saw Danielle again in person. I don't even think they know what happened. The fact that I had to walk from school and to school every day put me in harm's way every day because I was actually being stalked by because that's what he is. I was 15. Something much worse could have happened here. This person was somebody I knew. I didn't realize that he was stalking me. He was coming in front of my school every single day for weeks. It's my fault. I should have thought about it. That was a huge red flag. I didn't feel comfortable at that apartment, so I trusted my gut, and that's great. However, I put myself in a vulnerable position. I went into somebody's car who I thought it was my friend, and I should have said something. But because I trusted that that person was a friend, I didn't mind. That could have gotten me in a lot of trouble. And I still got back into his car and trusted that he was gonna take me home. Why did he tell his wife about it? And I came to understand this later because I did not know how big of a deal it is for an adult to do what he did.
I don't really know what he told the people. I speculate that he just kind of made his own story, and obviously everybody believed the adult.
Nobody had ever asked me what happened. To this day, nobody has ever asked me. What I want to come across here by bringing this story, when you have a gut feeling to listen to it, whenever somebody goes through something that you don't know what the truth is, it does not hurt to listen to their side of the story. I don't want to make myself a victim here because, as I said, it could have been a lot worse. But there are some lessons to be learned from what happened. Again, me coming in with some heavy story times, but I've been watching a couple of channels about and I wanted to share my story with you guys. But obviously everything went okay. I live in New York now. I made my dreams come true. If you guys have any kind of story, any story that kind of stayed with you, anything that happened in your life that taught you a lesson, I would love to have you guys share your stories. Let me know your opinion. If you like the story, press the like button. I have plenty of stories. My life, I could write a book. If you are not a subscriber yet, consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Ring that bell button. I post every Sunday and Wednesday. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next upload. So, what was the name that I... What was the name? She was born in New York, but she spoke fluent... Free stuff. Love myself some free stuff. What was I thinking? Anyway, Sbarro. 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 It's funny how like nowadays people don't know what landlines are. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm boring myself. Ooh. I can't even. Maybe? Because, you know, I feel like we're sharing with each other. We're so friends. I am so excited.